Right, this is a lesson for you on writing a theme essay in a multi-paragraph way. And yesterday, or a while back, we read the story Cock-a-Doodle Dudley. And then we talked about the theme of that book. And now I'm going to show you how I would put this into a multi-paragraph essay. So pay real close attention. It's pretty complicated, but I think you guys can get it. So first I did some brainstorming. I made an outline. And let me get my... Okay, so this name of it's a theme essay. The name of the story is Cock-a-Doodle Dudley, and my background what color would my background be, everybody? Blue. Blue, good. Okay, so background. I'm going to say the title of the book. How do I write the title of the book? What do I do special to it if I'm writing with a pencil? Underline. Good. What if I'm typing it? How do I make it? Italics. Good. Italics. Okay, so I'm also going to put the author. That's a side thought. It's in a positive. Put a comma. By so-and-so, comma, something like that, right? And then here's what I'm going to say as a summary of the book to give some background so the person doesn't just start reading this about the theme and go, the theme of what book? What are you talking about? I don't even know what the book is. What's the book about? The person that's reading my essay is going to want to be comfortable with the book before I start talking about the theme. Okay? And you'll see that in a second. So it's the story of a popular rooster and a jealous goose. Notice I came up with some adjectives to go with that. And then the goose chases the rooster into the woods, right? The scary woods, and then he's rescued by a horse. It's the basic story. I don't have to tell every detail. I don't have to talk about how he cock-a-doodle-doos to get the sun to come up and all that kind of stuff. The purpose of this essay is to explain what I think the theme is and to prove it to my reader. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. Go ahead and talk to your neighbor and tell them everything you learned so far about this. Go. All right, raise your hand if you did most of the talking between you and your partner. If you feel like you did most of the talking. Okay, now next time I ask you to share with your partner, make sure that you do most of the listening, okay? Here we go. And if it was about the same, then cool, just keep it about the same. That's fine. And moving on, we have the thesis. What color would the thesis be? Green. Green, good. This is my introductory paragraph, right? And my thesis is going to be, I'm going to say that the theme is this. And here's what I think the theme is. I think that the book's trying to teach us how important it is to have good moral character. Moral character means the way you are on the inside, that you just like are a good person. Okay? And then I'm going to tell my plan. What color is the plan? Green. Green. So I'm going to say in my essay that's coming up, I am going to give you examples from the story. I probably should have written examples there. Now, everything I've colored so far is part of my first paragraph. Good. So I'm going to take, what color? I'm going to use orange since that's not one of our key colors here. And I'm going to draw a box around this. So remember, that's paragraph number 1. I'm going to indent the beginning of that. Okay, I just told you a bunch of stuff about my thesis. Notice that the word thesis and theme are similar, but they don't mean the same thing at all. But it just happens to be that the theme of the story, of the book, is my thesis in this essay. Okay? I'm going to pause again, and you guys turn and tell your neighbor what you can remember about the rest of this that I just taught you. Go. All right, let's move on. And now I go to my first RDF. This is all part of my what? What is this right here that I'm going to next? My second paragraph. Good. I'm going to draw a little box around this. That's my second paragraph. In fact, let's put over here 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph. Okay. And my RDF is what color? Yellow. Yellow, good. What does RDF stand for? Reason, details, facts. Good. Reason, details, facts. And my first reason, it's going to be a reason in this case, that I think that that's the theme, is that Gunther pesters Dudley and Dudley ignores him. That's my first reason that I think that it's showing us how good of character Dudley has. Good moral character. And that's an example from the story. It's a reason that I believe that. Now my explanation, these are going to be explanations of explaining how Gunther pesters him and Dudley ignores him. Those are what color for the X's? Red. Good. Make sure I got the red going there. I say Dudley's going to take the high road, and that's a saying that means that he's not going to behave badly like the goose does, okay? He doesn't return meanness. He doesn't have him be mean to him and say, oh yeah, well I'm going to be mean to you because you're mean to me. And so that's another proof that the theme is good moral character. And then I'm going to actually say it to my reader. Can you tell that this is showing good moral character? I'm not just going to let my reader figure out that that's good moral character. I'm going to tell them, look, that's good moral character to do something like that. This is where most kids mess up. They don't put this part at the end of their paragraph and actually tell the reader, see what I mean? It's that kind of a sentence. Okay, I'm going to pause again. You talk about the second paragraph to your neighbor. Go. And now I'm going to go to my third what? Paragraph. Good. What do you do to paragraphs? Indent, right? How many indents are we going to have on this essay? 4. Look closer. 5. I'm going to a 5-paragraph essay on this. I have 3 body paragraphs right here. But notice that I have less reds. I've only got 3 reds. That's okay to have only 3. I don't think it takes that many, but I want to give 3 examples from the book that prove that this is the theme, instead of only 2 examples. 2 just didn't seem like enough for me. All right, so what color am I going to make my next RDF? Red. Oh, you guys got tricked on that one. Yellow. And the second example, second reason from the book that shows me that the theme is to have good moral character is the story of when Gunther gives his speech to the other animals. Okay, so that's going to be my second reason. And then I'm going to go on to explain it. I'm going to speed this up here with you guys a little bit. What color is this? Red. Yeah, good. As Gunther is giving his speech, dogging on Dudley, Dudley doesn't say anything bad about Gunther. The other animals end up being tolerant. Oh, that's okay this morning. The other animals end up being tolerant of Dudley. They don't expect him to be perfect. They're like, hey, it's okay, Dudley, right? And then I'm going to point out again to my reader, whoever's reading my essay, I want them to see, hey, if you have good character, you get rewarded. People put up with you if you're a good type of person. Have you ever noticed that? The people that are just always dogging on people and they're always mean to people, as soon as they make a mistake, everybody jumps on their case, right? Have you ever noticed that in life? But if somebody's always nice to people and they're just a really good person, if they make a mistake, everybody's like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. It's the way it works. And so I'm pointing that out to my reader to show that this book is teaching that to us. Okay, I'm going to pause again. You talk about, actually, let's keep going. And then I'm going to have you talk, because that should go pretty fast. The third reason is what? Yellow. Yellow, right here, good. Dudley crows, and the sun comes up. Do you remember that at the end of the book? Okay, now how does that show good moral character? I'm going to explain it to you right here in my fourth paragraph. Fourth paragraph, right? It says, he's humble and he doesn't brag. They come to him and they say, come on, Dudley, crow for us. And he's like, oh, don't expect much. It's I don't think really it's going to happen when I crow. And the animals cheered him on and they were like, come on, Dudley, you can do it. So they're all being really nice to him because he's got such good moral character. And it worked. The sun came up when he crowed. And so that shows that he's got, that good moral character is something that's important in life to have. And then, okay, go ahead and talk about those 2 paragraphs right there. Those 2, go. Sorry. Timer. And now I come to the last what? Paragraph. Which is called the what? Conclusion. It's my 5th paragraph, the conclusion. And what color is this? Green. Green, good. Why do I color it green? Because it refers back to my thesis. Good. I'm making sure that I tie this to this. Don't bring up anything new. Repeat this idea right here. Repeat this idea with different words if you can. Try to come up with synonyms, otherwise it gets pretty boring if you say the exact same thing at the end. And I'm going to say here that Dudley shows us an example of good moral character. He is a great example to you and me. And he takes the high road. He doesn't disrespect people. That's going to be my conclusion. All right. Talk about the conclusion paragraph, and then we're going to switch, and you're going to actually get to see my essay. Ready? Talk to your neighbor. Go.